why they should stay and what they can gain from our podcast.
Ooh, you should stay because we're going to talk about money.
How much saya boleh invest supaya saya dapat �1 million ringgit?
You can have.
Welcome back to Stef Lounge, where we invite inspiring individuals and also professionals, entrepreneurs yang sudah made significant change in their lives and also others' lives. And today we have a different topic lah, very interesting topic yang sangat kurang awareness among Sabahans, among young adults, and tidak pernah diajar di sekolah-sekolah. Which is why it's very important for us to have this podcast here. And Tantini Kamin,
Hi.
he is a unit trust consultant in public mutual.
Correct.
And the rest, please.
Hi, Stefan. My name is Tantini
Okay.
Kamin, and like what you say, yeah, I'm a unit trust consultant for public mutual, Berhad, and I'm also actually a CFP, Certified Financial Planner, under FPAM. And recently, I got myself certified as a Certified Financial Coach under IPMA UK. Yeah.
Sorry, what is IPM? Was that? Do you mention?
IPMA UK is they put out the certificate to trainers so that we can go into training people more about finance, more to the psychological part.
International or
Yeah,
Malaysia?
international.
International. Awesome.
Under
awesome.
UK, yes.
Is there many like you in here in Sabah?
Yes, I'm not sure the numbers though, but
Mm.
during my batch for you mean the CFC
Yeah.
Sabah recently that I took my batch, ada a few lah. But to know the whole number, I'm not sure because when it comes to finance, macam tidak juga banyak lah yang mau go into it. Yeah.
True. So before you start everything, before anything, when somebody comes, they log into Facebook or anywhere, YouTube, they see our title, they see our thumbnail. Can you tell them why they should stay and what they can gain from our podcast tonight?
Ooh, you should stay because we're going to talk about money. Okay. And money is what makes everything goes round in the world now. But unfortunately, there's a lot of taboo behind it, and not many people want to really talk about money and learn about money, whereby it's something that we should do. We should learn, we should talk about money so that kita tidak itu financial stress.
Exactly.
Which what we want to avoid lah.
From your experience, financial stress. I'm sure you've had like webinars or seminars. You've been through. You know a lot of people who have this financial stress. And what is the percentage like in Sabah?
Ooh,
Those who have this situation.
financial stress or financial situation.
Okay.
So I would say that's the thing, because there's always surface level to it. Everybody look okay from the outside.
Sure.
Everybody looks like, financially they're okay. But once you dig deeper, it's not just okay. Di sanalah akan keluar, kamu akan dengar cerita, okay, personal loan bertimbun-timbun, credit card bertimbun-timbun, tiada savings, tiada investment, retirement seems so far, diorang tahu kepentingan retirement fund tapi tidak mau buat. So when you say percentage, I'm going to give you a percentage that actually made me start. I went into this industry because of this statistic that I've had, but it's not from Sabah lah. It's Bank Negara Malaysia for the whole Malaysian. 75% of Malaysian, I'm not sure the statistics, 2019, I'm not sure now, but back then, 2020, 2019, 75% of Malaysians tidak ada 1,000 ringgit pun in their savings.
I think I saw that. I saw that just recently. Bank Negara announced.
Oh my God, like, are you serious? Like, no, when I nampak the statistic kan, how come? So when I start to dig deep, ramai orang live paycheck to paycheck.
Yes,
Ramai orang macam tengah bulan lepas tu want to figure out macam mana mau sampai hujung bulan.
Yes, yeah.
So it really like, why? I really wonder like why. And then bila I saw the statistics and I start to like talk to people, ask questions through my social media platform. And yes, there's the struggle is real. It's just that people don't want to show up. But like, because when I start asking this question and people start like DMing and telling me the problems and whatnot, that's where I know it's really underlying. The surface level is okay, tapi underlying is
So when you found out about these stats, were you already in that industry?
no.
Not yet.
Surprisingly, I mean,
Yeah.
interestingly, not yet. So I was in the education industry.
You were a teacher?
Yeah, I actually teach online
I see.
for international companies.
Oh.
Actually, I teach business English.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I was in that industry. So bila saya nampak tu terus macam terpanggil, and that's when things got serious a little bit.
So you went to get a certification. You went to get certified, this and that.
Yeah. Actually, it started this way because after I saw the statistics, so I'm like, you know what? I can do something about this. Macam
Yeah.
main-main saja. So on my Instagram, I started this LOA Boss Money Challenge.
I saw.
Yeah.
So you already had your ebook.
Yeah,
that
one
time?
not yet.
Not
That
yet.
one is after I did the LOA Boss Money Challenge. So why I call it LOA Boss? Because I love law of attraction.
Yes.
So because I feel like, if you apply it, there's a lot of magical things can, happen in our life in all areas. So I said, you know what? I use this term for this money challenge. So I started LOA Boss Money Challenge, and the main goal is to help people save money. But it's not only the amount. So I because I want dia macam mampu milik back then I started 2020. August 19, 2020. So it's already like 3 years lah. And then I said, okay, semua orang boleh save duit. Tapi memandangkan ramai orang tidak dapat save. Mungkin tidak amount yang banyak. So we cap it to 50 ringgit.
Okay.
So we save every day 50 ringgit and below. It
So
can
this
be,
is like a challenge.
yeah, macam
Open challenge
money
for.
game. Anyone boleh ikut.
Is it like hui, not hui?
Tidak. I
Bukan.
mean, they will open a bank account of their
Okay.
own. Apa-apa yang dorang tidak guna. So if I announce an amount, macam today I announced 10 ringgit. If you want to follow that amount, you go put 10 ringgit in your.
Hey, that's great.
Kalau kamu extra, you put. So at the end of the month, it will be your money saved. And throughout the challenge, ada rest day, and then I also encourage people to give because so that the energy will flow. So this objectives of this money challenge is because I want people not to only focus on the amount is a bonus, but the mindset when it comes to money is penting. Your habit, the action every day, discipline tu penting. Ramai orang fail ni part discipline, save duit. That's why I want to motivate people on that. And then the energy. Kalau kita punya energy tidak bagus when it comes to money, biarlah berapa banyak pun duit ada, you will be like, what happened to my money? So I kasih kait these 3 elements, and I teach people to really look at money as just energy, have a good mindset, and have a good habit. So throughout the 3 years yang I've been doing until now, actually, a lot of people like DM me, show me the testimonials. I did collect them and share it on my Facebook and all. Ada yang dapat beli tanah, ada yang dapat kasih keli hutang, ada yang.
For how long did they keep join this challenge?
It's really up to them. Macam right now I'm still leading. So at the end of the month I will ask, okay, how much did you guys save?
Right. So it's still happening now.
It's happening. Siapa-siapa mau ikut?
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I consider myself as a queen of consistency. So siapa mau tap into my energy,
Yes.
that I lead them to be consistent, go on.
Because consistency is more, it's more important than discipline. No, motivation.
Motivation.
Yeah, because if you just wait for motivation,
it will never come.
Exactly.
Right? You need to have consistency.
Although it will be boring. It will be hard.
There will be times that you feel like, why am I even doing this?
Exactly.
Right? But good times, how do you call this? Tough times is what's going to really, macam mana mau cakap, yang show lah.
It's either what that's the word. It's either something you or it breaks you.
Correct.
It's either build you, or break you.
Make you or break you, something like that.
Something. But you get the idea, right?
I got what you mean. Yeah.
So back to finance. You mentioned that before, that Malaysians or even Sabahans sendiri ya. Sabahans punya knowledge in finance. It's very lacking.
Yeah.
And what do you think about finance as a whole. Finance lah dulu.
Okay, what do I think about finance as a whole?
Hmm.
I think one of my goals when it comes to finance, when it comes to Sabahans,
Hmm.
okay, close to my heart, our
Hmm.
people, is to make them understand that money is not scary at all. So I always want to, when I talk about money with even my investors or my clients, whoever it is who approach me to talk about money, I want to use um apa nama dia tu, terms yang tidak menakutkan.
Hmm.
So kita mesti mau explain benda yang dorang faham, sebab kalau you use all these terms yang scary when it comes to money, mengkali that's why Sabahans or people like taken aback. So you know what, I don't want lah, tidak mau lah, saya tidak mau, sudah lah tahu apa ni ini. So for me, it start with something easy and
Hmm.
simple for people to understand. What is the basic principle of finance? Financial planning. What is financial planning? So mesti faham apa tu financial planning. Financial planning ni you mesti tahu manage duit lah.
Hmm.
Because on a day-to-day life, we make money, we use money, and then what's next? Is it just for the now?
Hmm.
Or do you also plan for your future? Begitu.
True. And also kalau especially in finance and in money talk lah, gitu, money management apa semua. Orang susah mau paham. You know, the wordings, they are like, okay, like what you do unit trust. What is that? What is unit trust?
Yeah.
So ada this funds.
Betul.
Macam tu semua.
So intimidate kan?
Very intimidating because it's
Macam, what is that?
it's it's strange.
Yeah.
So
Tapi kalau saya cakap unit trust, sama saja tu macam ASB. Amanah saham berhad. Amanah saham.
exactly unit trust. Itu yang orang tidak paham.
Orang tidak tahu actually. So
Yeah.
it scares them. Cuma, of course you have to like sit down and faham sikit. Oh, the difference. Oh, ASB or government. Oh, unit trust, global fund. Begitu. So dia macam, the more you get into it, if you understand, actually dia tidak susah. Cuma kamu mau buka minda, buka hati, mau belajar lah sikit-sikit. So for me, education is important.
What did you do untuk make people aware of, because you do this bahkan consultant
Yes,
and everything,
I do,
and
yeah.
you need to attract people untuk come to you supaya orang rasa invited untuk know these things. But selalunya kalau kita mau invite people to do something, dia orang akan rasa macam saya tidak yakin lah apa semua. But what words or apa cara untuk
attract them,
reach out and
to
attract
reach out
them?
that to them. For me, the easiest way, or what I always do, is I share my own story, because saya sendiri pernah go through ups and downs of finance. I think we all do, and when people can relate to, oh, kau pun pernah begitu, yes. So it's easier for me to, if they come to me, if they feel like they want to ask advice, I can give advice from a standpoint of, I've been there, I've done that, I understand how you feel. Don't worry. You're not the only one. It's not something that you should be ashamed of. There's always solution for it. Like if, for example, if I share the story like my own, I've been there and I figure out a way, and here I am, not in that problems anymore. So for me, something relatable lah to people that
is true.
can attract them.
Usually it's something relatable yang orang akan
Selesa.
Yeah.
Betul.
The reason kita di sini juga because the problem with money management among young adults. You know, like you said juga tadi, surface level nampak okay. You know, young adults my age lah, 20 ke atas kan.
Masih semua.
Lepas tu pergi have fun, this and that, beli this and that. But apa yang kita tidak tahu di dalam lagi adalah all of this macam loans or bayaran nih, lepas itu tidak cek CCM lagi, kereta apa semua kan.
CCM itu, CCM phone yang consumerism debt lagi. Oh my god.
That is true. So all of this thing yang kalau by emotion, people suka untuk beli emotionally. From your own experience, apa masalah yang ada among young adults?
Lifestyle creep, I would say. Yeah, because nowadays everything is, easy access through social media, and then through kawan-kawan, through colleagues, if you're already in the corporate world. Orang ada itu, kau pun mau ada itu. So like you say, emotions, we are just human, and if we don't have knowledge to back it up, like the understanding of, orang like keeping up with the Jonases lah. Orang ada iPhone, kau pun mau ada iPhone. Tapi do you know that actually if you can't buy the iPhone in cash, let's say 5 of that iPhone means you cannot afford it.
True.
So meaning to say these people don't understand. Ini dorang okay ada iPhone, mau beli tidak cukup duit, pergi CCM, bayar bulan-bulan, cash flow tidak cantik, negatif. Lepas tu berfikir hujung bulan tidak dapat tidak dapat catch up to the expenses. So I believe that like what you say goes back to the question. It's the lifestyle creep and the feeling of wanting to catch up with everyone around and making like trying to belong. So that's
What do you tell to those people?
kalau saya lah kan, I mean like been there, done that. It won't bring you anywhere because at a point of life you will realize that at the end of the day, if you have problems or financial situation, those people that you try to keep up with will not help you. Kalau you end up trying to catch up with them and your finance terus huru-hara, nanti palis-palis jauh kena declare bankruptcy. Jangan ramai yang budak-budak kena declare bankruptcy. Then how? And then terpaksa serah diri pergi AKPK. And then AKPK pun ramai orang tidak tahu yang what is actually AKPK and apa semua ni, all these jabatan organisasi yang our financial institution is out there to help us. Nanti mau pergi sana semua. Jadi my advice is just don't follow the trend and then just macam mana mau cakap apa, kasih knowledge. Make sure you have knowledge. Belajar. Find resources.
Resources, what do you mean?
Resources to
Oh, you mean belajar lah, belajar.
Read books, podcast.
That is true.
Hang around with people yang ada knowledge, macam tu, and then talk about it openly lah.
Apa yang kau mention juga, talk about it openly. I know definitely there are young adults di luar sana yang already been there. Beli ini lepas tu at the end of the month tidak tahu, tiada duit sudah, macam mana ya begitu. But one thing yang sangat-sangat tidak ketara is dia orang takut untuk dia orang takut untuk kena tahu that they are facing that situation. So bila sudah in this situation, there comes the the feeling that when somebody talks about money, macam itu benda sakit bah, sakit mau dengar.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
You don't want to face the truth lah that you're already there.
Yeah. Bila sudah dengar begitu kan, so for example podcast ataupun even post on social media,
kau tidak mau berdepan dengan where you're at lah.
Betul. Situation builds up. Dan semakin lama kau makin jauh dan kau makin you don't learn, you don't grow. Dan that's where kau hanyut, eventually bankrupt lah. Apa semua. Your own experience Kalau have you ever jumpa orang macam ni? Yang open to share. Yang mula-mula malu, takut mau share, but eventually maybe jumpa kau secara personally and then share.
To be honest, yes, ramai. Because even before I got my unit trust consultant license, kan I already openly talk about this. I share about finance and all. So ada orang share, oh begini saya susah save duit, apa ini saya ada banyak hutang begini-gini. So di sana saya nampak sudah kan, okay, memang ada ini masalah. So when I took my license as a unit trust consultant in 2021 March, once I took my license and it opens up more doors for me to meet people because bila diorang jadi saya punya client, invest in unit trust under public mutual, then I will be macam mana mau cakap, they can easily access to me. So they will be openly telling me about their finance, and memang betul ada yang banyak hutang apa semua, and ask for my advice like what's next. Okay, yes, when you become my investor, when you become my client, you invest in unit trust. Okay, that's one part of personal finance, which is investment. But then I would advise them other areas also yang mana dorang ada masalah tu. Yes, dorang akan, because like you said, you have to acknowledge, you have to understand the problem, baru you dapat kasih bagi solution. So like to answer your question, yes, memang ramai yang mula-mula takut, tapi once they selesai already, they tell me the situations, the problem, and I do my best to advise them. That's why I don't stop learning myself. That's why I took more certificates, find my own reliable resources so that I can equip myself with knowledge and I can help my clients, my investors. So yeah, memang ramai yang open up, and so far I'm happy to say yang macam ada progress lah. Ada progress. I have investors yang memang they are good with their finance, which is good. Ada yang need help, and that's where I come in. Kadang-kadang ada juga klien saya yang, Tan, saya mau invest. Okay, then I ask questions like, okay, where are you at financially or what? Lepas tu kadang-kadang dorang akan kesal saya, oh tapi saya tiada, contohlah basic personal finance. Ada insurance sudahkah? Although I'm not an insurance agent, but insurance is one of the most important part of financial planning. It's under the financial planning umbrella. So dia bilang tiada lah. Okay, kalau begitu kau jangan jadi klien saya. Kau let's figure out your finance. You get your medical card first so that you're protected, and then you can focus on growing your savings, your investment macam tu. So it's not only about getting them as my client, but for me to be able to advise to them yang supaya dorang tidak hanyut dalam masalah kewangan. Macam tu.
And I think from apa yang saya dapat sini, the first step is to be vulnerable, to be open, and to reach out somebody who has the knowledge.
You have to acknowledge your situation.
Betul.
Kau tidak boleh macam delusional, I'm okay,
Yeah,
but you're
yeah,
not.
exactly.
It's like it will come out, it will burst. Macam Nana, nanti dia akan burst juga
Betul,
at one
betul.
point. So you don't want that to happen.
Yeah. And salah satu problem yang I think sangat besar juga lah. You mention juga tadi, even Bank Negara even sendiri mention the one how many percent?
75%.
75% of Malaysians tiada 1,000 ringgit di bank.
Diorang macam susah. Itu very general lah, tiada 1,000. Tapi kalau kita fikir pun, are you serious? Sedangkan kalau basic personal finance, you need to have, kalau for emergency fund, you need to have at least 3,000 ringgit. 3 months to 6 months of
3 months is sangat-sangat kurang sudah lah.
your fixed expenses. Itu emergency fund. Belum lagi kita masuk sinking fund.
Betul.
Belum lagi kita masuk, your investment.
That is true. So I think it comes to the formula. I think there is a formula macam mana mau save, okay, how many percent mau save, how many percent mau invest, how many percent mau do this and that. So can you kupas about that?
There's a lot of formula.
Yeah,
Tapi
that is
kita
true.
guna yang paling basic lah. We can use the 50-30-20 rule. Okay, that one. But again, that's why we say personal finance is personal, because
That is
it's
true.
personal. You cannot say, okay, 50-30-20 rule. 50% goes to your fixed expenses. 30% goes to, actually they say wants, and then 20% goes to your savings and investment. But actually, to be honest, you can play around with the numbers. Kalau betul pun kau tidak boleh 50, maybe you can make it 60%. And then what's the 40%? Kalau kau tidak mau 20% masuk, what is that called? Your
Investment.
wants, and 20% another your savings, then kalau you mau kasih cepat your saving growth, you kasih higher the percentage.
That is true.
But yes, there are several rules, but the basic one is the 50% fixed expenses, 30%, I would say saving and investment, and then another 20% is your wants, because you want to stay in the long term, mau save duit, apa semua, mau kasih bagus your finance, jangan juga lupa enjoy masa sekarang. So mesti ada itu for yourself now.
So once is macam guilt-free spending lah for yourself.
Yeah,
apa semua.
guilt-free spending, correct. Yeah.
So ini macam formula yang generally
Basic.
From your own experience, kalau kau punya sendiri yang you find works for you.
Okay, it evolves in different phases of my life.
Sure.
Okay, masa saya baru start kerja, go into corporate world, it was really that 50-30-20. Then moving on, bila saya sudah kahwin, different lagi. Okay, so because ada 2 household income lagi, apa semua. But if you were to ask me, like currently in this current phase of my life, because I always advocate people to build multiple sources of income.
Yes.
So that's very important, because money coming in, okay, multiple sources, better active and passive. So kalau you have multiple sources of income, try to live off from one income, and the rest you allocate accordingly for your savings, for your retirement. and then for your wants. Like, so that's what I do personally that works for me. I really focus on bringing more income in so that I have excess money to allocate. So this is what works for me because I want to have the power to upgrade my skills, to bring in income, and then to manage my money accordingly lah, allocation wise, like that.
Okay, so let's say kita ambil example lah untuk Sabahan yang sedang
Yeah.
bekerja. Okay, gaji taruhlah 17
Okay.
2007.
Mm-mm.
You are a financial advisor.
Mm.
How would you advise that person untuk save? Untuk have macam we'll have saving, we'll have an investment punya profile. Lepas tu the rest. Okay. How would you advise?
Okay. So kalau 17 kan, alright, let's say
15 to 17 lah.
15 to 17 lah. So again, I say depends. Tapi kalau begini kan, let's say kalau boleh kasih save macam berapa persen? 50%. Kita apa guna calculator dulu?
Boleh.
50% out of, let's say, 17, right? So 852, you cap 852 to your fixed expenses, right? And then another 30% I do suggest, which is around 510, focus on your savings. So dalam 510 ni kan, you kasih masuk pergi retirement, maybe 200 ringgit, and then another 300 ringgit, 310 begitu kasih masuk to your investment. Because retirement investment, dia kalau at least 200 tu your retirement, kau tidak boleh kacau. At least you know you have for your retirement. And then the 300 ringgit, like 310 because it's 510, you masuk your savings unit trust, your investment lah, savings and investment. Itu mau kasih asing lagi. That's why I say kadang-kadang bila kau tengok tu number kan, tahan mana cukup ni. That's why I really like to emphasize bring in multiple sources of income so that you can play around with the numbers. So I'm really passionate about that too. So tapi it's okay, work what with what we can.
Yes.
So begitulah, allocate for retirement, jangan tidak buat, and then masuk saving investment, the rest 310, and then another 20% of 17, 20% of 17, around 340 you can allocate lah for what you want. Maybe you want to save for travels, maybe you want to save up for something that is rewarding for you. So have yourself a goal for what you want in this. I will always say play money lah. So 340, 20% out of 17. So at least there's some enjoyment there. Tidak macam save
Yeah.
to stress juga, tapi mesti ada allocation. So cap to 850. Kalau kamu tengok 850 tu yang kamu punya fixed expenses tu melebihi, there's something wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
Kalau there's something wrong somewhere, you have to do something about it. Whether you increase your income or you reduce expenses or you do both. So the basic formulation of a financial equation is your income minus your saving and investment equals your expenses. What people do mistake usually is they will do income minus expenses. Apa-apa tinggal itulah saya save. Kali apa-apa tinggal 10 ringgit lagi, itu kau save. Tidak. No.
Yes.
You have to pay yourself first. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that term.
Yeah.
Pay yourself first. Ini lagi ramai orang tidak tahu itu konsep. Oh, pay myself first. It's time to go shopping. No. Pay yourself first means you treat your savings and your investment just as how you pay your bills every time you get your paycheck. Macam tu. Because kau kerja kuat-kuat, kau bayar semua bill, semua orang kau bayar. Kau tidak ada saving, tidak ada investment.
Untuk apa lah kau kerja kan?
You bangun 20 years later, 1 sen pun tiada. Jangan ada begini. Memang ramai. Saya mau cakap based on my experience, saya duduk ramai. Kerja 10 tahun, 15 tahun, 20 tahun, apapun tiada. So we don't want to be that. No assets. Liabilities adalah pening kepala kita.
Have you read that book kan? Actually saya ada baca di satu buku tuh. By Ramit Sethi.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is one of. Did you watch the show Netflix? You should.
I haven't lah.
You should. Oh my god.
Oh, he got a documentary.
Yes. apa sudah nama? Bukan documentary, it's a show actually.
A show of his
Yeah, and
history apa?
how he helped people to manage money. You should check on
Mm.
Netflix. Apa sudah nama dia tu? I will teach you to be rich kah, something
Yeah,
like that.
the book I will
I
teach you
think
to
it's
be
the
rich.
book, right?
It's the book.
But ada dia punya show. I think it came out a few months ago. I was like obsessed. Sure.
Oh, I should check.
You should recommend it to all Sabahans. Go watch that on
Okay,
Netflix.
okay. Apa tajuk dia? Kita cek dulu.
Ya, kita cek dulu. Ramit Sethi Netflix. How to Get Rich.
How to Get Rich. Okay, okay.
Ada macam 6-7 episodes.
Okay, okay. I'll check that out.
Help common people.
Yes. Yes, ya, betul.
Memang banyak input that Sabahans can learn. We can learn juga.
And the thing yang saya found out from this book, saya ada tulis actually. So untuk formula dia bagi tahu 50%, 50 to 60 lah, adalah untuk fixed spending. So fixed spending termasuk inilah semua macam sistem doko punya rumah, utilities, insurance. And then savings 10%. This goes into emergency funds, like car maintenance later untuk pas semua. And then investment 10%. The more you put in lah, the more you have lah. Kan? It can be 10 to 15 up to you kan. Compounding betul. Lepas tu guilt free spending 30%. So guilt free termasuk itulah macam you go to gym, beli baju apa semua. So macam what you say juga, dia terpulang lah semua orang kan.
Betul.
But yang penting these few elements penting. Investment, saving,
penting.
Dan itulah.
Ya, financial planning ini sejak kamu mau ingat, you have to have protection, which is your medical card, your insurance. You have to have savings and investment. You have to clear your debt. And if you pay tax, you have to get your tax in order, because they say there's only two things that's certain in life: your tax and your death. So get that in order, everything else will fall in place. That's what I always tell my clients, my investors.
Okay, so let's talk about investment. Benda yang paling tidak pernah diajar di sekolah lah. Memang finance tidak pernah diajar, but okay, so I had this.
Why juga? Macam sekarang saya masih curious. Cuba dia kasih masuk body syllabus.
Actually bukan Malaysia saja. The whole world langsung tiada. It's not in the syllabus.
I've read a lot of things about that lah, system and all, how they want you to
exactly
be, things like that.
Controversial lah. They want you to
controversial. They want you to just be in the system,
betul,
so they control you.
Betul.
You see, but nowadays, how many millionaires out there because they broke out of the system.
Betul.
So that's another topic for another story. Another story for another day.
But let's talk about investment lah. Because the word itself, investment, dia kalau among lay people lah yang tidak berapa paham dan tidak mau tahu kan. Apa jenis-jenis investment yang ada? Yang available.
Easy access lah kan. Okay. Paling senang cakap in Malaysia, the most common one for our Bumi Putra ASB lah. ASB, and then we have EPF, and then we have tabung haji. Those are the most common ones yang sangat easy access. And then kalau you want to go outside of the governmental sector of investment, you can go to macam contoh robo-advisors. There's a lot actually in Malaysia. We have Stashaway, Rais, you have Wahid. Macam saya rasa now ada makin bertambah lagi. I couldn't catch up because it's like growing so fast actually.
There are a lot of names. Macam yang what you mentioned tadi, there's a lot of option kan.
Yeah, a lot of options.
What is that actually? Macam
dia say, okay, begini, kalau kamu tidak tahu macam mana mau navigate through kan, it's basically save and invest. Save and invest, and itu platform kalau you open, contoh robo advisors macam let's say Rais robo advisors ni, Rais I think it's dia macam together with CIMB. I don't want to give the wrong info, but yeah, so macam dia ada banyak method kalau you invest in Rais. Contoh kau boleh invest macam any change that you use, they will use the change. Kalau you swipe your card, that change they will help you invest. Macam tu. So you can top up, and then you can like autodidact begitu. So these are the methods that these platforms you macam mana provide so that people can invest easily. Walaupun kadang-kadang macam susah mau faham, tapi actually dia senang. Save and invest. And then macam like I say, other than that also unit trust lah. Unit trust ada banyak lagi sub dia
Okay.
companies.
So how does unit trust work? Macam mana?
Unit trust is like okay, you invest macam mana mau cakap apa, your money lah kan, okay, layman term, your money you pull together with many investors, and the company will use your money and invest in several funds. So like macam public mutual unit trust, we've been in the industry for almost 50 years. We have 170 plus funds, 9 PRS funds. So guna duit to buy different stocks globally. Apple, Microsoft. So you are actually owners of these stocks. Macam tu. So in one fund, you can have many reputable companies. So you are, macam dorang cakap, ala, kau beli iPhone, you ada apa? Stocks kah? Invest in stocks Apple kah? In unit trust, you can do that.
It's already diversified.
Diversified. Like they say, don't put your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
And then kalau macam unit trust nowadays, as affordable as 100 ringgit pun you can start investing already. And then you save consistently sahaja. Set autodidak. Kalau kau tidak tahu, susah lah mau invest. Set autodidak. Because kadang-kadang orang kalau mau top up ni mau kasih separate themselves from the money macam ada susah sikit.
Betul.
Ya, jadi kau earn, kasih autodidak, invest. So 1 year later you tengok, oh ini sudah saya punya investment. 2 years later, 5 years later, oh compounding. Because the bigger your money compound in the funds, the higher the, how do you call this, the higher the, macam mana mau cakap, you can see lah.
Let's talk about macam mana dia, how does compounding effect work gitu. So let's say kita letak 100 ringgit. So the interest for the interest dia yearly kan.
Yeah.
So walk me through it because you're the professional there.
Sorry, excuse me.
So let's say untuk orang paham.
So compounding interest ni, dia, okay, your money 100 ringgit. Contoh lah 100 ringgit, and then you save, and then at the end of the year, you kena bagi interest, let's say 7%. So berapa? 7% out of the, okay, let's say 1,002 lah, kita cakap 100. So after 1 year, 100 after 1 year, you have 1,002 kan. So let's say 7% lah, we say. So 84. So you have 84 ringgit. Dia akan masuk pergi that 1284. And the money compounds lagi. So 1284, and then you tambah lagi 100, the second year. So tambah lagi 12. Contoh, this is second year already. So 7% out of 2484, 173.88. You tambah lagi di sana. So dia akan compound, dia akan membesar because your initial tu dia akan membesar. So that's how it goes. So that's why they say compounding effect is the 8 wonders of the world.
That is true.
Yeah, so compound. And it also doesn't only work on money, actually. Compounding effect also in what we do. Our habits also can compound. But when you know how compounding effect works on money, you will not like, kau akan macam, okay, I want to pump into my investment because it's gonna compound. No matter what, it's gonna compound. The bigger it is, you put, the bigger it will compound. Kalau sikit-sikit saja kau nampak, tapi bila dia sudah banyak, barulah dia.
Okay, so let's say saya adalah pekerja, saya adalah yang dapat 20 kan, yang mau ada investment. Okay. So saya ada extra 200 ringgit untuk invest. So first thing before investing adalah the mindset lah. That investment is long term kan.
Yes, I love that you highlight that. Oh my gosh. Sebab ramai orang mau korek-korek investment dia orang.
Betul. Mau cepat.
Jangan ya adik-adik, 5 tahun, 10 tahun, 20 tahun. Kalau mau korek emergency fund.
That is true, yeah.
Okay, alright, continue. Sorry.
Okay, so let's say saya ada 200. And then what is the minimum investment punya nih? Minimum lah. Because kita bagi timeline lah. Kita bagi macam yang paling senang untuk orang lah.
You mean time horizon to see your money compound?
Macam mana, berapa lama diorang boleh paling, okay, so let's say saya berapa lama orang boleh nampak the result lah begitu, yang nampak besar?
Oh, I would say give it at least 3 years.
Oh, cepat juga.
At least 3 years, okay? Itu pun okay, boleh nampak sudah.
I'm thinking 5-10 years.
Actually, yes,
Yeah.
it's better lah, lagi
Yeah.
significant.
Okay, so
Tapi
let's
kadang-kadang
put
orang tidak.
okay.
Yeah.
So let's put the mindset yang investment is long term.
Okay.
Saya ada 200 ringgit.
Mhm.
Saya seorang pekerja, saya ada 200 ringgit.
Mhm.
And saya mau invest for 5 tahun lah. At
Okay.
interest rate yearly about 7 lah, kan
Okay.
paling
Yeah. Plus minus.
plus minus. Okay. Berapa saya akan dapat in 5 years?
14,685.
So let's say kita without the interest rate.
With the interest rate.
Itu with kan. Kalau without berapa?
12,200.
Ya, so maksudnya kita ada extra di sana.
Ada sudah.
Okay, so kalau 10 tahun?
10 tahun.
Yeah.
Okay. 35,000.
35.
You want total principal saja atau with interest?
With interest lah.
35,220.
So that's a lot.
That's a lot. Banyak kau boleh buat.
Yeah.
Inilah kalau orang bangun 10 tahun tidak apa-apa, daripada kau bangun 10 tahun kau invest 200 ringgit without fail, autodidak. Bangun, boleh sudah, saya boleh buat apa saya boleh buatnya? I can show the bank, mana tahu saya mau beli aset. Because kalau mau beli rumah, beli aset, bukan tiba-tiba kau bangun-bangun mau beli rumah, saya mau pergi beli rumah. Tapi there's no show to the bank. Ini lagi satu ilmu yang orang tidak tahu. Diorang ingat mau beli rumah macam pergi beli sayur. Tapi actually you need to prepare. You need time to prepare, like 5 years, 10 years. Your finance you need to prepare. So this is part of the preparation as well. Because when you are ready to buy, let's say a house, 10 years later, the bank will say, okay, show me your statement. Show me what you have. This is one of it that you can show. So it's not only for you the fact that you have this amount, but there's a lot of things you can do with it as well.
So let's say we do another case study lah.
Okay.
So saya 20 tahun.
Okay.
Saya mau cari unit trust lah. Saya mau invest in a unit trust.
Okay.
How long and how much saya boleh invest supaya saya dapat my first million?
Wow, berapa umur kau tadi?
Okay, let's say saya 20 years old.
You are 20.
Yeah.
You want to have
million.
Berapa you want to invest? You don't know lah.
Belum tahu.
How much?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan berapa lama? Bukan first million lah, but eventually it will be a million ringgit.
A million ringgit. Okay. Kejap. 20. Mana sudah ni?
Tapi mesti susah kan begitu? Let's say saya bilang saya boleh invest 500 ringgit.
Yeah, you have to have an amount, but
Betul.
actually 500.
500 ringgit.
So let's say you are 20 kan, let's say, okay, kejap 20. Let's say 20 years. Kalau 20 years, 240 kan. Let's say 240, 500, calculate. Belum sampai.
Baru berapa tuh?
Ini, okay, let's say 30 years. Kalau 30 years, kalau kau 30 years, 50 lah kan. So 30 times 12, 360. Mana sudah tu? 360. Calculate. Kalau 500 ringgit per month at the age of 20, kalau 30 years with 7% rate, you can have around 600. Kalau kau mau sampai
that's a lot.
600,000. Kalau kau mau sampai a million, you have to go
Double lah.
somewhere around 1,000 lah begitu. Apa ni?
I think 900 boleh sampai.
Ya, boleh 900 or 800 boleh sampai. Calculate. 1 million. Around 900.
So 30 years.
For 30 years.
Or invest 900 ringgit.
Yeah, so by the age of 50, you have a million. A million ringgit. 1,112,000 actually. Kalau 900 you calculate now. 1,111. 1,100,100.
Okay.
111.
Let's say kita save saja without interest. Berapa kita dapat?
324,000
saja kan?
for 30 years. Your interest is 786.
Wow. So that's why invest.
Yes. That's why save and invest.
Save and invest.
Ramai orang tidak mau invest because dia ingat it's risk. It's riskier if you don't invest because your money sits at the bank and it's going to be eaten by inflation.
That is true. Inflation.
Inflation belum lagi sekarang astaga, tiada subsidi ayam pun sudah kena kasih. tiada sudah.
Betul.
So yeah, inflation lain lagi cerita. But yeah, interest amount is 786,000. Total principal 324 only thousand. So
So
lagi
itu sangat-sangat penting untuk orang
ya,
tahu lah.
sangat penting. Ini baru kita letak 7% interest. Kita belum, we don't know yet if it's lower, if it's higher in the future. Kalau higher, good lah, better you can get more.
So 7% is macam kira the lowest lah, bahkan
Yeah,
minimum lah.
yeah, minimum lah, let's say. Kalau ASB around 5 lah begitu.
So I think you are aware juga pasal, you know, before this the crypto apa semua, invest in crypto apa semua.
Yes, that's the trend.
Trend. Tapi itu risky.
Yeah.
So what would you say about this? How would you compare unit trust?
Unit trust is boring, but boring works. That's what I always say. Boring works. But yeah, for me, like crypto, trading, it's part of finance as well. But you really need to. It's a full-time job for you to understand. If you're really passionate about it, go ahead by all means. Mana tahu you suka. Tapi kalau you have no idea what you're doing, then do the easy ones lah. Macam unit trust, beginilah ASB apa semua. At least your money is compounding, like I said. Tapi for me, it's not wrong at all to learn about other parts of finance like trading, crypto, begitu. Okay, baca-baca. Invest
Tapi risky.
luno. Ada juga lah sikit-sikit. Itu saja, luno pun macam basic saja tu saya rasa. Makin malu sih nanti saya cakap. So, I am like so traditional yang basic works, boring works for me lah.
Tapi it's risky.
Risky.
Macam even trading, even you no, I don't. Tapi trading, you know, invest, you think your money in crypto semua risky.
Because that's why, like in unit trust, like we have our fund managers who handle our funds. That's why they're fund managers, because that's what they do. This is their day job. So us, what we do is we, invest and choose which fund we want and consistent. Kenapa mesti consistent? Satu, supaya your money grow. Secondly, because you want to do ringgit cost averaging. What is ringgit cost averaging? You kasih lower the average supaya dia tidak terlampau risky lah.
How about you have an option. You either pilih your fund to be managed by these fund managers, ataupun you buy your own stocks with you invest your own money, you do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
What do you say about this?
Boleh juga. You can. You can go into you can open broker's account. Actually, you can go to banks and open broker's account, and they will advise you accordingly if that's your thing lah.
Yeah, tapi what do you recommend?
Oh, kalau saya, if you want to start with the easy ones. I do suggest, like I say, unit trust or robo advisors is the easiest one. Next step, you can do stocks, like go open broker's account, because then you will that's the next level. And there's a lot of resources for you to actually search and learn about it. Tapi kalau my advice personally, kalau kamu tidak pernah invest, jangan start with that. Janganlah start with complicated things. Nanti kamu overwhelm. Kalau kamu overwhelm, terus kamu takut. Jadi kamu takut, terus kamu tidak mau. What is this? Like you back out. That's one of the reasons people takut pasal finance, sebab lack of knowledge, and then go into things that they don't understand. When you don't understand things, you will feel intimidated, and you will like, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to do it. So janganlah kalau belum ada knowledge.
Yeah. And another thing pasal kita punya, I think kita punya apa namanya? Saya lupa the word. Macam benda yang normal lah. You know, to own your first house.
Yeah. I love to talk about this also.
Yeah. So kita, I mean, among young adults, they're driven by this, you know, keinginan to own, because everybody is owning their own first house.
Tapi kalau you
kawan-kawan apa semua.
Kalau kau ikut Ramit, that's not one
Exactly.
advice.
Exactly. So this idea comes from the book juga lah.
Yes.
Because dia bilang, if it's better renting than owning house, because owning house include maintenance costs. Taruhlah in a year kan. Okay, so you buy your house, you sudah spend tens of thousands sana. Ayolah, tens of thousands. Include the maintenance for the year lagi berapa sudah. But if you rent, everything handled by the the owner, landlord,
management and all. Yeah.
So bagi kau sendiri, from your own experience semua, what do you say? What do you think about young adults
Mhm.
wanting to own their own house, first house,
Mhm.
macam tu?
Okay. What I say, like for me, what Ramit says is it's true to his teaching.
Certain extent lah.
Yeah, a certain extent. And you can find a lot of financial gurus have different advices.
Yes, yes.
And at the end of the day, you can get all of this information and you faham your own self.
Mhm.
What do you want? That's why it says personal finance, personal. Mengkali saya mau rumah, tapi you don't want. Because maybe we have different lifestyle. Maybe you are a traveler. Why do you need to own a home? Tapi kadang-kadang ada travelers, they mau own home because growing up, that's what he's been educated by the parents. Like, maybe he can make businesses out of these houses. So it really depends on you. Jangan ikut orang. Itu saja. Kalau kau rasa deep down, I don't need a house, then don't. Walaupun semua kawan-kawan kau ada rumah. Tapi kalau kau jenis yang saya mau rumah, tapi semua kawan-kawan kau renting, then you go ahead and pursue what you want. That's my advice. So you ask yourself, I cannot answer that for you. What I can say is ask yourself what you want and go for it. There can be all the professional financial guru tell you this, and this. At the end of the day, you absorb the information and apply it to your own life. That's my advice lah.
Okay. Dengar.
Dengar. Sebab ya bukan semua orang mau ada rumah, tapi kadang-kadang ada orang mau ada rumah. Tidak boleh, jangan kau beli rumah. You cannot say that.
Betul.
Right? Kalau say you want to buy house, who am I to say to tell you no? Saya mau pergi hasut kau, si Ramit cakap begini. Ramit don't even know you, man.
Kan.
Like he doesn't even know your existence. So at the end of the day, use the knowledge and ask yourself what you want.
Tapi I think it's important juga to let that person know yang there are options.
Yes.
You can make more money if you do this.
Correct.
Or you can lose some money if you do this.
That's why
knowledge
is important.
Yeah.
Knowledge is important, but it is powerful when you apply.
That is true.
You can get all the information, tapi kau tidak apply, tidak guna.
Betul.
Macam sekarang nih, kita share, orang dengar saja, your audience, yes, tapi masih je dong tidak save, invest.
Kan.
5 years later, sama juga. So no, apply.
Betul. Kena apply. What do you tell your clients? Ataupun the people yang reach out to you? Mesti ada juga kan yang reach out, lepas tu ghost.
Krick. I have 280 plus investors under my care less than 3 years in this industry. So you see the numbers lah. You see the numbers, mesti ada lagi banyak yang krick. So yeah. For me, I am like, what's my advice to them? For me, like, take the action lah. If not with me, cari yang kamu resonate with. There's 30,000 unit trust consultant with public mutual all over Malaysia. Kalau kamu
30,000?
Yeah, 30,000. Only with public mutual. We have other companies as well. So if you don't resonate with me, go find somebody who you can kamching to guide you through your financial journey. Because macam juga fitness, you need a coach, you need someone to hype you up, begitu. You need someone to talk to, discuss, begitu. So this is what me or us consultants do. So for me yang masih tidak ambil action tu, I don't know, kamu tunggu apa? Mengkali itulah banyak udah underlying kan, itu bawang belum terkupas. So mesti mau cari yang insaf sudahlah saya. Oke lah.
Susah juga.
Si Tantini lah saya cari. Dia bilang contoh lah.
Contoh kan. Boleh lah cari dia.
Ya, contoh gitu.
Yeah. Usually orang akan tunggu something yang bad happens to them.
Oh my gosh, yes, that's another thing.
Maybe relative, something will happen to your relative or even yourself dulu, baru kau take action.
Sometimes they say once you're down, there's no way to go but up, right? So when people hit rock bottom, baru dorang mau ambil action. So jangan juga tunggu sampai rock bottom. Jangan kita di sini sekarang zaman banyak knowledge, banyak information, belajar, apply, jangan sampai hit to rock bottom. So take the action lah.
Bilang kalau in terms of health kan lebih baik evade ataupun apa tuh daripada
avoid.
Better to avoid than to treat.
To cure, yeah, to treat. Correct.
Yeah, so macam similar lah kan.
Yeah, same.
In finance ya.
Same.
So from the book juga dia ada si Ramit, dia ada apa tuh money rules. Dia ada 10 tapi did you read that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
tapi saya ingat kan tidak.
Okay, so Dia questions.
Refresh me.
Okay, question. Dia ada 10 tapi I pick 8 saja lah.
Okay.
So the way this how this goes, I will ask you a question. Lepas tu, if you agree, why? If you don't agree, why? Okay?
I answer lah.
You
Why?
answer lah.
Okay.
Yeah. So rule number 1, always have 1 year of emergency fund.
Oh my gosh, I agree. Because personally, I've been in the situation where my emergency fund was not sufficient. Okay, early years of corporate world. So macam ko bekakai. So as I grow, I evolve in life. Yes, I think that's true. Emergency fund at least 1 year. Tapi kalau muda masih, focus on buat 1 month dulu. Sudah you build 1 month, baru you focus 2 months. Baru you focus 3 months. Sudah ada 3 months, don't always be building your emergency fund. That's how you ini orang 1 bulan pun dorang tidak mau ada effort. So 1 bulan, 2 bulan, 3 bulan, 1 year. Tengok COVID. Orang ingat
That is true.
2 minggu.
Biggest example ever.
Bos, 2 tahun
2
kita.
tahun.
Jadi 1 year pun actually nowadays is scary, right? So at least 1 year, 2 years. Tapi kalau terlampau susah, 1 year lah. 6 months to 1 year. I agree.
Rule number 2, save 10% and invest 20% of gross annual income.
Oh yeah. And I would also advise at least 5% invest in yourself.
Okay.
Because you are your biggest investment. That's one thing I need to add. But what he says is correct. Like for me, saya pun sendiri, at least actually where I'm at right now, at least 50% of what I make, I put to savings and investment. But you guys go and start somewhere. 5%, 10%, 20%, go. Use your percentage. Tengok your you must look at the money. Your money kan macam game, numbers. So you play around with the numbers. Jangan stick to it saja.
That is true. Sometimes it doesn't work for you.
No.
It works for other people, but it doesn't work for you. So
Doesn't work for you.
yeah,
Kasih flexible dia.
flexible. Rule number 3, pay cash for large expenses, engagement rings, weddings, holiday.
I agree. Baru saya tadi bagi example kan, if you cannot afford to buy an iPhone, 5 times the price of iPhone means you cannot afford it. That's actually the rule of thumb that I always use for myself. And also I advise people, kalau tidak boleh 5 times of the price, let's say 2 or 3 times lah. Kalau you cannot pay cash for 2 or 3 times of the price of that item, big item dia bilang, means you cannot afford it. Janganlah pergi gatal tangan, pergi loan,
Exactly.
pergi
Betul.
CCM. Lepas tu kalau contoh iPhone harga 7-8 ribu berapa, lepas tu kau mau tukar lagi every year. Tapi itu CCM kau 4 tahun. Aduh bos. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. That's why number wise bukan juga cakap kita fail maths. Tapi it's just lack of knowledge. Macam tu. So I agree with that. Four kah?
Saya tulis number lah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4, rule number 4, never question on spending money for books, health, or donating to your friends' fundraisers.
Tadi tu saya cakap kan, invest in yourself kan, never question. Yeah, true. I agree because remember I mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, I talk about energy as well. Money is energy, so you have to let it flow. Mesti ni barang semua mesti flow. Kau tidak boleh kumpul sejak dia akan stagnant and you won't go nowhere. You need to let your money flow. So never, apa dia bilang, discount, never.
It doesn't say anything about that, but the never question on spending.
Never question on that, because that's just how it works when it comes to money energy. You need to let it flow, and agree.
And something I reflect something lah from this because I had my podcast before dengan salah satu restaurant owner.
Oh, okay.
Restaurant lah. Lepas tu dia, he's an active donator for students charity. Lepas tu, what dia selalu cakap, apa yang kita dapat. Are you religious kah?
Oh.
Okay.
Spiritual.
Okay. So apa dia cakap? Because he's religious, that's why dia cakap lah.
Yeah.
Apa yang kau kena bagi, you have to share juga.
Correct.
Similar macam apa aku cakap juga.
Yeah.
Jangan simpan. So bless others so that blessing will come to you.
Correct. You are open your doors of blessings if you bless others. And remember, I told you about the LA Boss Money Challenge. One of the days out of the 1 month, I encourage people to give.
Yeah.
That's why
I remember that.
Yeah, it's part of it. It's just part of the equation. If you want to make your finance work, you have to understand the energetic of it as well.
Mm.
This is what I always highlight and emphasize as well lah.
Okay, great.
Begitu.
Number 5,
Yeah.
buy the best and keep it as long as possible.
Kenapa saya agree semua ni?
Kan?
Macam bias, tapi I agree. Like, and especially also you need to know what you like. Kadang-kadang what you like and what you want. Kadang-kadang macam you, what is it that is valuable to you? It's not valuable to me. Tapi something that's valuable to me, I will really macam mana macam like I said, buy the best. Like I look for quality. Saya
That is
tidak
true.
suka
Yeah.
quantity.
Yeah.
Kalau contoh macam bag, okay, saya punya bag sikit saja, sikit. Tapi I buy something that will last me long. I can even pass it to my kids actually. But yes, money spent is big. Tapi if you actually count,
Yes, yes.
it's really, really worth it.
So imagine you buy your bag, taruhlah 3,000,
Yeah,
but you use it for 10 years.
correct.
Instead, ataupun kau beli,
Apa
you
dibilang
buy back.
per use kah?
Yeah.
Dia sudah pun, dia
Betul.
roll sudah.
Betul. But if you buy a 1,000 bag and then you buy another one 2 years after, so macam more lah.
And actually saya belajar from my mom. I still remember my mom. Because she always like, because I like to buy bag. Masa muda-muda lah kan. So beli bag. You know, ini kenapa mau kau beli bag tu? Nanti tidak lama kan terkupas sudah tu. Dia bilang, biarlah bah, it's cheap and I can always change. But as I grow older, then I understand what she meant. Like my mom has few bags, but they're quality bags, you know. So then I understand. And I'm like, at this age, I'm like, okay, mom, now I understand what you said. And I said, see, now you know. So dulu bertukar-tukar bag.
Yes.
1 bulan sudah terkupas sana terkupas ini. But when you buy quality bags, it really lasts long. The leather is nice. You feel good when you wear it.
Yes.
It's your money invested, and like macam, like I say, last long.
That is true. Even macam saya sendiri ya, I prefer to use MacBook.
Nah,
Because if Apple itself, dia orang market dia orang punya barang quality kan. And of course dia memang betul pun it lasts long.
last long.
So that's why saya use this lah, for example kan. Although memang mahal in the beginning lah.
True.
Yeah.
Tapi worth it.
Betul, worth it.
Worth it.
Okay. Rule number 7, earn enough to work only with people you respect and like.
I agree. Sebabnya betul tu, because kalau you are at the level where you have the capacity to, you know, choose who you work with, at a level where you don't really need their money, you have the option to choose who you want to work with. And like me personally, macam saya, like I'm in the industry where actually I'm doing service lah kan. So although our industry actually, part of our industry memang okay, part of it is like cold call, go find people. To be honest with you, less than 3 years in this industry with all my 280 plus investors, I attracted them. They come to me and I choose who I want to work with. Kalau kau kasih pening kepala saya kan, like if I give you advice but you don't want to, then you want, it's never mind.
That is true.
Others will come to me. So I'm in the position where I want to give value. It's not only about making money, but I give value, and that's more important for me at this point lah. So yeah, you earn enough so that you can choose who you work with. Begitu. Agree. Multiple sources of income.
Yes. And lastly, number 8, marry the right person.
Oh yes, you met my husband just now. So we'll be married actually next week, 11/11.
Wow, next week?
Yeah, our 12 years
Oh yeah,
anniversary.
congratulations.
Yeah. So 12 years, marry the right person. And like I say, if you guys remember, I mentioned there are different phases in life. So finance pun begitu. Masa you young adult, sudah kawin lagi macam mana. But if you marry the right person, it will help you better your finance, improve your finance. Kalau kamu ada kata sepakat when it comes to managing your money as a husband and wife, partner memang sangat-sangat membantu. Me personally with my husband, we have our ups and downs in life. There are times that he was having difficulties. There were times that I was having difficulties. So macam mana mau kasih balance tu penting. It's not only about having juta-juta lemon in your bank account, in your investment. No, it's all about lifting each other up and supporting each other. financially, emotionally, itu penting. So yes, marry the right person. Oh my gosh, I agree. I agree.
So basically everything relatable and agree lah.
Saya agree
Mm.
because I also read the book. So yeah, I
Yeah.
love him.
Okay, yeah. Actually, habis sudah lah I mean
The 8
the
questions.
questions.
Okay.
And coming back to kau punya early sharing kan pasal the law that you did.
Yeah.
You memang you started even before coming into masuk in that industry. You already started with the giving mindset.
Yeah.
To apa tuh nama dia? To give rather than to receive.
Mhm.
To serve rather than to be served.
Yeah.
And I think that's what make what you are doing success juga lah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And because I read this book from Simon Sinek, he's if you know
Oh, yeah.
Simon Sinek,
Yes.
yeah,
Love him.
he always share about this giving mindset, receiving mindset lah. So I think it's important for everybody, especially when we are in the service industry,
Yeah,
to always have that mindset.
betul.
Mm.
I agree. And like, not everybody can have this mindset, but I think I know why you understand because early on before we started, we talk about like how you are into like podcasts, books, and all this. You have this knowledge, and that's one thing that I feel like not everybody has. Because maybe like me, I'm memang into personal growth, personal development, and in my early years, early 20s, I've already understand this concept. Oh, bila saya faham yang you can never macam mana mau cakap grow, your blessings can never grow kalau you fikir you saja. So you really have to give value to people. But how do you give value to people? Kalau you sendiri kosong, that's when you need to learn. That's when you need to up level yourself. That's where you need to have skills. How can I give if I have nothing?
True.
Right? That's why it's important to build your income, build your how do you call that? Yeah, your income so you can give. You can also build your skills so you can give. Like macam sekarang, yes, I'm a unit trust consultant. I also have my own agency lah, ada public mutual, VNT Wealth Agency. So I give value to my leaders. I have UTCs under my agency and I teach them, I guide them, and they help people. So I teach them how to build multiple sources of income, make income in this industry, active and passive. They also become investors. So it's a ripple effect.
Yes.
So that's why I love the industry I'm in. It encourages me to grow. It encourages me to give. It encourages me to how do you call it? Expand lah.
Yes.
Naturally. Like
It's the right industry lah.
right industry. It's a actually apa-apa industry pun right. As long as you have the right mindset,
That is true.
attitude, mindset, habits, like that.
So basically, I think we covered a lot lah, especially untuk kasih awareness.
Yes.
We did a lot of awareness that tadi.
Yes.
And that's why I want to thank you lah, because you said yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I was so excited actually. Like, oh my gosh, podcast. I've been like listening only. Now here I am. Thank you so much for having me.
Most welcome.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
happy
love
lah because actually this kind of topic kan was requested from one of my viewers juga ba.
Yeah.
They asked for something yang self-building, self-development,
You
personal
should
growth.
yes.
Exactly.
Go.
So that's why I think it's time
Yeah.
to do this lah, and that's why I'm trying to reach out as much as I can. And
Oh,
thank you for saying yes. That's why. Thank you for saying yes to share all of this. Sangat-sangat
pleasure.
penting juga.
Yeah, I can talk about this all day.
Yeah.
We have time limit and all, but that's why if you're on my Instagram or my platform, I share as much because I have
For sure.
so much to share.
Yeah.
I want to reach out to as many as I can. Macam tu, like what you're doing now is amazing because you can reach out to more. I hope you
Yes.
succeed.
Thank you so much.
You're
Also, I think a message for the viewers lah. If not for their support, this wouldn't happen, and if not for their suggestion, this wouldn't happen juga lah. For example, like me reaching out to you
Yeah.
for this knowledge.
Thank you.
And thank you for everybody, and thank you for you too for coming here
My
tonight.
pleasure. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
And before we end this episode, kita ada question from previous guests for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
this is
gosh, I'm
random lah.
scared. Baka mati lanap.
Okay, so my previous guest was Dee Won, the
Okay.
magician.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is the question. Okay. Kalau kena bagi chance in life to see the future, would you rather see the future or go back to fix the mistake, or stay in the moment and leave everything as it is? Why?
Well, that's a good question. Oh my gosh. Where did he get that question from? Otak dia sendiri kan dicari itu.
I think you probably tell dari dia.
Saya. Okay, so I would stay as it is. I would choose to be where it is. I won't look for the future. I won't try to fix my past because I believe that in this lifetime, everything is already there. And I just, how do you call this? I understand the fact that I need to be present, live day by day. Whatever happens in the future, it's not for me to worry. In the past, there's nothing I can do. It makes me grow. So I would focus now. And I think that's a lot of why people nowadays banyak yang stress, sebab banyak yang anxiety, a little bit of, I feel like the word depression is heavy, but yeah, that's mental health is big nowadays.
Yes, yes.
Because people still keep on dwelling in their past and also anticipate their future, whereby you need to cherish this, you need to cherish now, which if you focus on your now, it's going to build your future.
Yes.
Okay, so whatever you think about now is going to manifest in your future. So focus on the now, and I will not change anything in my past. Mistakes, crazy mistakes, it, jadi saya begini in my future. I have positive thinking on my future. So I'm excited actually. Macam mau buka coklat ni, what's
Yeah.
present?
golden ticket.
Ticket, ganun. So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you have your question ready for the next guest?
I have a question already.
Okay.
So my question to the next guest is, if you can be anyone or anything at all in this life, who will you be and why?
Great question.
Mm.
Very open-ended.
Saya mau tahu. Curious saya.
Huh?
Kenapa? Okay. So I need to ask you, Kak.
Yeah, so you can ask me any question, like can be about this, about thing.
Anything at all? Anything at all? Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Okay, sekejap. How do you see yourself in 5 years from now? In terms of, belum habis, jangan.
Alamak. Okay.
Yakin.
Okay.
Macam
Belum yakin.
5 years from now, how do you call this? Personally, financially, business-wise. Okay, jawab. Silakan.
Salah. Coba, tapi best lah.
Dengar.
Best juga question ini
Ya.
kadang-kadang. Yeah. Where do I see myself in 5 years in terms of personal,
financial, business-wise.
Okay. Well, kalau saya personal, it's memang.
Kejap, beli kira atau?
Boleh kira kah? 10 years, kira kah? Okay.
No, I mean umur, Pak, umur. Udah lah masih.
Udah lagi kan?
Lagi.
Ya, udah lagi. Because you know my age sudah lama. Okay lah, okay. So factoring in that.
Yes, factoring in that. Okay.
Okay. I think I'd have. Okay, so personal. I think I would be by that time. Step It Up would still be around.
Yes, of course.
I'd have hundreds of
I
episodes,
love that. Okay.
and these episodes will be about something yang I can learn from, and other people can learn from as well. It'll be inspirational for everyone. And for myself, I would learn a lot from these episodes, and this knowledge, it will help me to be a better person.
Nice.
And being a better person, I want to help people to know what's important for them to to grow. So that is me to serve others.
Nice.
To give people that boost of confidence in things that they can excel in lah.
This is a way for you to serve, like you give
Exactly.
value.
Yeah.
Kan?
Yeah.
I love that.
And financially,
Yeah. Because I'm here to talk about money, kan. Tidak boleh jual, saya tanya.
So I would be somebody who yang how ins and outs
Nice.
financial,
Mm-hmm.
I would have I would have a diverse portfolio in investment.
Love it. Mm-hmm.
And business wise, it's always a dream lah. It's always a dream untuk, to expand,
Mm-hmm.
to not one place saja, but also, and not one place and not one area saja,
Mm-hmm.
but have different streams.
Kan?
Yeah, different businesses.
I can see you
Yeah,
doing that. Like you have all the high potentials.
thank you.
Mm.
And that's a dream lah.
Kan?
Yeah.
Dream
And
can become a reality. What? It's
betul
5
betul.
years from now. What?
Yeah, so imagine that age sudah.
With that age sudah. Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
was calculating. Oh, begitu. Muda lagi. Oh my goodness.
And of course from this podcast dia akan membantu dari segi network lah.
Betul. Your
Yeah.
network is your net worth.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually your question is very good because so this question dia sangat jarang comes to mind,
Mm.
Orang tidak akan tanya kau like out of nowhere, mana kau nanti 5 years after this. Dan without this question saya tidak akan terfikir.
Fikir, right?
Yeah,
It makes you reflect.
that is true.
Yeah, reflection is important.
Yeah. So thanks for the question.
My pleasure. Yeah. I love my question. I love that you like my question. Oh my
Yeah.
God, thank God. Sebab saya macam jenis yang
Mm.
I don't think I have good questions. So thank you.
Yeah. Actually, we've come to an end to the podcast. Yeah. So I think you can let people know juga what do you do to help
What do I do
to help
to help? What
in terms of financial.
Oh,
finance.
okay. What I do lah. Okay, like
What can you
guys
do?
know,
What you offer?
I am a unit trust consultant. So meaning to say I help people to invest their money in unit trust. That's one thing. I also have an agency where I help people make this as a career. So multiple sources of income lah. Macam my leaders now in my agency tidak ramai because I just started my agency this year. So I have like 10. I want to expand more. 10 leaders right now. They're making income in this industry. So I help people grow their money. My investors, I help leaders or my UTCs make money. So I serve lah. And I also like on my platform, I love to give value because I'm into personal growth, personal development. That's memang my passion lah. I kasih masuk juga, kasih selit-selit. So every day I will like consistently go on my Instagram and chat about anything and everything, about any books ka, about any podcast that I listen to ka. So that's what I do lah on my platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Ya, saya share begitu saja lah.
Your leaders, do they do this full time?
Ada yang full time, ada yang part time.
Maksudnya still open untuk part time for
Boleh.
people
Yes,
yang interested lah.
Yeah, betul. Because this industry, like I said, I went into the industry with zero knowledge of finance. But bila saya masuk, saya nampak, wow, there's so much potential. So I started learning, and most of my leaders pun, my UTCs pun actually, diorang separuh diorang my investors. Diorang my investors, then when they know that, oh, I can make income pula, okay, they become my UTCs. And then yang the rest memang masuk mau cari income, and they do that lah.
I see. How can they reach you?
Excuse me. Can reach me on my Instagram, Tantini_K, my Facebook, Tantini Kamin, or in my Instagram got my phone number all there. Yeah, can WhatsApp me.
Okay.
TikTok also can, yeah.
Kan?
Social media ba nowadays?
Betul.
Kalau kamu nampak nih jalan-jalan rambut pink, senang saja.
Ya lah itu.
Tidak juga ramai.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even your name on social media, saya cek Tantini kan. Satu yang
satu sejak keluar itu saja tuh dia.
unique lah your name.
Yeah, thank you. Yep.
Okay. So everyone, if you wanna, I hope you learn something from this podcast. I hope you have something to take out and to apply in your life. And if you want to have an investment portfolio, reach out to Tantini.
Yes.
And you can watch this episode on YouTube channel, Stef Lounge.
Okay.
On Monday, 8 p.m.
Excited. Oh my God.
Okay.
Thank you.
Most welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Stef Lounge, create change. Bye. Why they should stay and what they can gain from our podcast.
Oh, you should stay because we're going to talk about money.
How much saya boleh invest supaya saya dapat 𝛿 million ringgit?
You can have